Many religions say love your neighbor as yourself, and it's because your neighbor is yourself. And that's what we're really here to learn, is that the other person is you in a different headset.
And so people that got this full run, man, be thankful that they got that full run. And right now, if you're a dude and you're 22 years old and you feel like you're directionless, get your shit together, man, and go start making things happen.
They don't want misogyny. They don't want abuse. They don't want all those awful things that come with it. They don't want people that have a genuine disdain for women. But traditionally, masculinity was always like having a respect for women, having a respect for your mother, having respect, being a protector and a provider.
Yes.
I go up there and God looks at me and he shows me my chart. And my chart on there says you were supposed to be a Navy SEAL. You're supposed to weigh 185 pounds. You're supposed to be one of the smartest people on the planet, this, all this. You see this. And now you're in heaven, you made it to heaven, but you're like, God, Doc, I was supposed to live that life.
Everyone can get motivated for a moment. It's just like people feel motivated, but like motivation is incredibly ephemeral, right? It vanishes. And that's why creating the conditions that make failure less likely is so important, because if we can make successful actions the most likely actions, success becomes the most likely outcome.
It's like, I think I get up in the morning and there's like this narrow path, and on either side it's just like whoosh, down to no productivity, nothing useful in life. And one side is drama, other people's drama.
Yeah.
And the other side is just numbing out.
Yeah.
And you gotta stay on. You gotta walk this really narrow path.
And I've made every fucking mistake in the world. So the reason that I go so hard is because I know what I'm not. And while people may look at the external reality and think, oh man, he's so smart, he's so gifted, every fucking thing that you see was earned through a mistake or pain or frustration or getting my balls kicked in.
It says, leave your zone of comfort. Leave your parents, leave your tent, leave your community, leave your tribe, leave your land. Go out into the world.
So many of us keep going back to that because it's, in Thich Nhat Hanh's words, it's better to have familiar pain than unfamiliar pain. And so we'd rather have that familiar experience and stay close to someone who's bad for us than have the unfamiliar pain of, I don't know what life looks like if I don't talk to them.
I'm gonna take it one step further. If you tell someone to be themselves and they don't like themselves, it's cruel. And this was me for a long time. How can you be yourself if you don't like yourself?
Pay attention, you watch me now. It's because in your heart of hearts, you know what's in you is also in me. And there is even more, because when I give you what I got plus what you got, you're gonna go further.
So you're actually taking the upsetting thing that happened for 5 minutes at work and then supersizing it for 3 hours, in the evening. Well, by the way, of course you're going to be checked out no matter what's going on around you. You'll be there in body, but not in mind, not in actual presence.
Give me what you got, even if you don't think it's good enough. Even if you think it's a stupid idea, even if you think give me what you got. The power of that, I saw over and over at NASA. It's not just one type of mind, not just one person that's going to solve the problem.
Yeah, but if you're somebody that goes to work every day and says like, I don't want to be at this desk, I don't want to be in this cubicle, I don't want to be in this office, there's something out there that is more for me than this, then you already have the bug. Then it just becomes, do you die with the bug or do you do something about it before you die?
That's right. And that's the issue, is we focus on the exception, not the norm, right? Like Mark Zuckerberg dropped out of college, started Facebook, and he famously said, young people are just smarter. He said that when he was 22. You don't hear him saying that anymore, surprisingly, right? So I think it's not too late for you to take risks.
Wreck it for kids and adults, by the way, because a lot of times adults avoid things because they try it one time, they go, I don't like this, I'm not good at this. No one's good when they start. Like, very few people are good at something.
Stop hating yourself for not getting over your ex. You're not weak because this is so hard. You're not pathetic because you can't stop thinking about them. You're a person who formed a deep attachment that is connected to something much larger and older and more foundational than this one relationship.
It's the most authentic. That's why, I hope young entertainers, I hope stand-up comics that are getting into it, get into it, and they get in there and create an act and because you're going to be the only place, essentially where you could maybe be actually hearing a real person.
And if they stepped over that paper, they wouldn't even, it's already done.
What does that mean?
That means if I got to tell you to pick that paper up, you ain't on your A game.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's also a tricky one where you're like, I've seen you do this for 15 years and it's the same. So they're like, I'm getting up all the time. You're like, you're not doing anything else though. Like you're not evolving, you're not changing, you're not trying things.
Yeah.
That's nihilism, man. Suffering is one thing. Being aware that your suffering is kind of meaningless, that's what nihilism is. And that's what can be brought out if you study something you're not passionate about, and then it gets hard. Because you've got this double whammy of the meaninglessness plus the difficulty.
But so many of us are stuck exactly there.
But there's so many children out there that are told, like, hey, music isn't a career. Hey, whatever, acting, writing books, whatever it is, comedy. Somebody is there telling you, because they didn't do it, that you can't do it.
Yeah. And let me tell you why. Okay. Because it's a measure of its relevance. If people won't pay for our product, we're not doing, it's not good enough.
It's really well.
Bingo. It's like, doing, it would be like poetry without rhyming. It's too easy.
So when you're getting criticized saying, I feel defensive right now.
Instead of going defensive.
Right.
Right?
Or,
instead of counterattacking.
Yes, or stop criticizing me.
Yeah.
Yes.
Exactly.
I feel defensive. That's the repair for criticism.
Maybe I'm too charitable, but I'd rather be too charitable than too cynical about human beings. Because you talk about a screwed up perspective to take into politics. If you're always cynical about other people's motivations, man, you're going to be in a very, very bad spot.
And I think recognizing that voice is there, but it's not always true. It's rarely true. Our inner voice is a tape recorder. It's a tape recorder of all the things we've heard growing up from society. And so to have awareness of that voice without immediately believing it is the most powerful tool.
That I accept that. My concern is that thinking, the ability to think, is the sacrifice here. And that's way more damaging than remembering phone numbers or remembering the Iliad.
It's like you're an artist. You want that canvas to be good quality canvas. So if the canvas or the patient is not quality, they don't have good tissue or good metabolism and good health, no matter how great of a painting you draw, no matter how great of a surgery you do, you're gonna have a bad outcome.
Will you be able to express what you're learning and how you are applying it? Then another question I ask all the time is, what's changed about your leadership in the past year? What is different about the way you lead right now?
Yeah, but in the back of my mind, I know that I'm performing. I know for a fact that probably not even my spouse has ever seen me. They can't like me. They can't love me because that's not me.
It's all well and good doing it when everything's great. It's all well and good. But being that committed and that loyal and setting that much of an example and continuing to run on the pitch, but also to be an exceptional human off the pitch when times are hard, I think says even more about a man.
So these decisions that you're struggling with, while they seem very hard to you, they're only hard because you lack the skill set of discipline that you haven't built yet.
It's like we have a Jumbotron, and to use a football analogy, you kick me the ball, I'm running the kickoff back and I'm going down the sideline and I see the goal line and I think I'm gonna score. And then I have a look at the Jumbotron to see how I'm doing. That's when I'm getting tackled from behind.
That's what's so interesting, right? Like, it's like, how do you know whether the story you're crafting about someone is true or not? Because it's true in your head.
Because so few people are able to have deep conversations that are uninterrupted by their phones, by other people, by responsibilities, and yet for me, it feels like therapy. It feels like a mental workout.
And I also think that the long form interviews are particularly good at that, because it's not that easy to maintain a manipulative stance, especially if you're empty for like 2.5 hours.
He said, if everyone thinks your idea is stupid, either they're right or you're right. And if you're right, then you're likely to make a lot of money.
It's not that I lack empathy. It's not that I don't understand. It's that I understand that if I sit in that spot, it's going to ruin everything. So I have to fucking accept it and move forward immediately. Things that are out of your control are fucking out of your control.
I had to really wear this layer of skin. I had to develop a really callous skin on me to take whatever you're gonna call me, you're gonna call me. Whatever I'm gonna be, I want a geek, but whoever I am, you're gonna see me. You're gonna see me for who I am, because I need to change who I'm not.
Also, if I come up with a plan, I'm in the plan. So when I'm in the plan, I can't see the plan as well. I want to be outside the plan, looking at it from the outside, from a different perspective, where then I can see the holes in the plan and I can ask you some questions about the plan that you came up with.
And I shudder to think how much human potential we've lost by people who couldn't give themselves, for a variety of reasons, the permission to detach from a harmful relationship and just remain separated from themselves and silencing themselves because they felt that pressure to keep engaging with something that didn't feel safe. That's the real tragedy of this.
And that is why I decided to focus on the 200-meter butterfly, because that is an event notoriously painful that nobody else wanted to participate in. And I realized, oh, that's the white space. That's the place where there's the least amount of competition. And if I focus exclusively on that, that puts me in a better position to basically distinguish myself.
I always tell people, you're not your ideas. And it's one of the most important things that I've ever learned. You cannot be married to your ideas. Your ideas are just ideas. And as soon as you defend them, and as soon as you connect yourself to them, and as soon as you connect your identity to them, you're in a fucking trap. You're in a real trap. And it's very hard to get out without admitting defeat. Most people don't want to admit defeat. And that's how they look at it. They look at it.
Now, you may have to investigate that and straighten it out, because even your formulation of what bugs you is likely to be ill-constituted. But still, that's something calling to you. And you avoid it at your peril, and everyone else's peril, too.
He parachutes into fires.
Oh, yeah, that's not it.
Like in Canada.
For fun?
Because it's hard.
Oh.
Literally, because it's hard to do. Dude's worth like $30 million. He jumps out of planes with parachutes, and he sent me a photo of a giant ass grizzly track. They landed in Canada at this place, and right where they landed to fight these fires, there's like a grizzly track, and he was like, "Wish me luck." I was like, dude, get the fuck out of there. You see that track? Get the fuck out of there. That's a 1,100-pound wild dog.
Two things. First of all, be grateful for what you have. Because as bad as you got it right now, and let's face it, it gets pretty rough out here. But if you look at your situation, you compare it with other people in the world without basic food, without basic shelter, without health needs, not to mention being under the threat of real violence, like random bombs from the sky, or drones, or mortars, or artillery, just randomly hitting you. That's a pretty rough way to live.
You know why? Because every time, I've spoke this with Diogo before, every time you come for preseason, it's like a new start. And you always get that belief of like, this is gonna be the time. It's moments through the season that you get this belief that things are not going well. But the main thing I have is belief in myself.
And I don't think I'll ever really accept what took his life, because it is just so terrible. And the pain that he went through is so terrible. But I'm just doing my best, and like I said, I don't think I'll ever fully accept it, but I acknowledge it, and I know that I can just only do better from here.
Because when you self-impose a finish line, there is a mindset that happens that you stop living life to the fullest and start living it in a reflection mode. And I think that's where John and I and Tracy are really challenging you today. Don't ever stop growing. continue challenging yourself to better days ahead.
Just feel the emotions without condemning myself, without putting any pressure on myself. Just the ability to feel the raw pain, perhaps, of an emotion, or the joy of an emotion, whatever it might be. And just be the watcher is very liberating. It's extremely liberating.
I understand there's misconceptions that people have of me because they assume, it's kind of like the halo effect. We assume because someone's done something well, they do all things well. But there are so many things that I think would really liberate people and make them inspired if they could see how deficient I was in so many things in my life.
Because as soon as you do that, you agree to adopt wholesale all of the views of the group. And as soon as you begin to deviate, that's seen as a lack of commitment by your side and a chink in your armor by the other side. So it doesn't allow you to be a person. It doesn't allow you to fit into the very unique shape that your life is supposed to take.
In the dark room, you face yourself, you realize you want to be better, you realize you don't want to be this weak, insecure person in the world who has all these problems that we all have. We all have. Social media is a great platform to tell you who we want to be, not who we are. So that's where that dark room is.
Unspoken expectations are premeditated resentments. Like, why didn't you do this thing that I didn't tell you to do?
Yeah, probably not deliberately, because I think a lot of people do it not on purpose.
Of course, but it's unconscious premeditated resentment.
Yeah.
The investment that you are making will be a resentment in future that you aren't aware is about to come about.
Yeah.
Have you ever tried to change something about yourself and quit, not because it was hard, but because it was boring? That's actually one of the most common failure points. Not the start, not the hard part, but the middle stretch where you start doing the work, but you just don't really feel any different. You're the same person on the inside, just behaving slightly differently. And every day you have to choose to keep going without any real evidence that it's working out for you.
I want you to have an expectation that you're going to win. I want you to expect it. I had a friend went to a job interview in New York. He came back. I said, "Did you get the job?" She said, "No." I said, "I'm sorry to hear that." She said, "I didn't expect to get it." Why did you go?
So what is the story you're telling yourself about who you are, what you're capable of, what you can and you can't do? And what is the relationship between your actions and your behavior with that monologue? And so every day, because I have a very robust negative inner monologue, I'm very focused on the actions that I'm taking that defy it. And the more that I take those actions, the more mute my inner monologue becomes.
It's important to know when something is clearly presented to you and it's easy to feel emotional about it, you are being manipulated. Something's clearly presented and it's just like, here's this one thing and it's really clean and it's easy to get pissed off about, or it's easy to feel comfortable about, or whatever it is. If the emotional thing is easy without having to dig into it, you're being manipulated.
And that's a giant percentage of what most people consume.
And when that happens, there are all kinds of problems with it. Number one, we will start to fade. Just in terms of our mental abilities, our creativity, our decision-making, our thinking, our attention to detail, all our executive functioning will start to decline seriously throughout the day because we're just grinding.
Because the thing is, like, you will get criticized in a way. If you're scoring goals, you'll get criticized because you're not passing the ball and you're shooting. If you're doing assists, it's because you're passing too much and you're not shooting to score goals. So it's gonna always be like that. People will always make the balance the way they want. They won't balance things. They will put it the way they want the things to be.
But isn't it true though that like those kind of experiences, like experiencing like oddity and uncertainty and just like the weirdness of like moving to a place like LA when you're 17, like, when you get through it on the other end, you're a different person. You're a stronger person.
For sure. I just think so much of my personal suffering and a lot of our suffering comes from gripping onto our expectations of what this moment should be, or what we, think we should be doing, or what we should be feeling or shouldn't be feeling, and just practicing letting the moment roll off of us, knowing that it will change and that it is impermanent.
Nothing's going to be able to heal you. They're there so that they can teach you the best tools. And I feel like that's where I really learned that it's never going to go away, that I have to just coexist with this forever, that the pain, the hurt, the heartbreak is never going to go away. It's just going to hopefully become a little more manageable.